Afraid of the Dark is really a unique song on this album for a lot of reasons. First of all, obviously, it's, a little weird and proggy and creepy and all that sort of stuff, which, I love. But really beyond that, this drum groove has been with me for 25 years. I wrote this groove 25 years ago. And it's very fitting that this song is sort of creepy because I think that my past bandmates probably view that groove kind of like one of those horror movie villains that just doesn't die. Like, I feel like I've tried to wedge this groove into every band I've ever been in prior to this. While we were exchanging material back and forth to see what was going to go on this album, just off the cuff, I said to Gabriel, hey, I've got this groove. I'm happy to send you a link to it. I have a crappy recording of it. Not sure if it's something that you'll dig or whatever, but I'll send it to you. And he was interested in hearing it. So I emailed him a link to the groove, and he immediately loved it. He sent me a message back saying that he wanted some time to chew on it, which I don't blame him. Like I said, the groove in and of itself is weird. After he initially heard the groove and liked it, he asked me, in my interpretation, how I am counting the groove. And I remember sort of chuckling when he said that, because in all these years, I just have never thought about counting the groove. It's something that I wrote, it's just sort of in my bones, and it's just sort of been on loop for 2 decades, and I've never really deconstructed it to think about what it actually is. So we started to talk about it, and we came to the conclusion that it's in fact in 13. It's a 2-bar phrase which alternates between 7 and 6, which is where the turnaround happens. And so, yeah, it's very unique. So as we started to sort of talk about it, he started to send a couple of versions of it, of bass parts that went along with it that I thought were really, really cool. But then we knew that by the time Gabriel got here to California, that was the only part we really had. We got to the point where we were jamming it in here, preparing to record it, and we felt like we were close. We felt like we were right on the edge of what this was going to become, and then we were both starving. So we broke for lunch, and we went to lunch. We went to a taco place kind of right around the corner from the studio. We were sitting there eating lunch, looking like buffoons because we were basically like singing like where we wanted the parts to go, like while we were sitting at this table, like crushing burritos, which is hilarious. But truthfully, we stumbled upon something there over lunch and really felt like, oh, that's the jam. Like, that's the ticket. Let's do that. And so we were really anxious then to get back here and to dive in. And we did. And then this is what happened. So my favorite part about this whole thing, the journey of that groove in this song is, again, I've tried to shoehorn this groove into every band I've been in since forever, and it's never worked. And that's okay, but I think all of us just sort of keep those little, tricks in our trick bag, right? And for me, I am so pleased that A, I was able to use this groove that I've had for 600 years, and B, it ended up exceeding my expectations. Knowing that the groove is weird and knowing that a song was always going to be written around that groove, no matter which band it was, some iteration of that groove, I never really knew or had any sensation for where it could go. And so I think that this is one of the most rewarding and fulfilling parts about being in a band and creating music organically with other people. Because thanks to Gabriel's effort in starting to write something to that groove, and then his and my effort in continuing to write around that to try to add parts to that once we got here in person, this has absolutely exceeded my expectations, and I'm excited about it because it's a song that I really like. And again, it is creepy, and it is weird, and it is proggy, and it is very sort of unorthodox, I would say, in terms of like the arrangement and all of that. So I'm so pleased to listen back to the final product of this and hear that thing living in something that's better than anything I could have imagined that groove being a part of. So Anyway, we hope that you enjoy this song. We very much enjoyed making this song.
I'm afraid of the dark.